Well, first, Stuart, just to say well done tonight for your team's performance, but I think most people just now will be talking about you've really won the league tonight, haven't you? I mean, mathematics, throw it aside, I don't think it's possible.
Listen, if obviously there was a turnaround, it would be incredible. You know, we've not been freely conceding goals all season, and we've been competitive in every single game we've played so far. Our mindset will be to go and try and win 6 points out of the next possible 6, and obviously there's a game to come tomorrow. We find ourselves in a brilliant position. We're not going to sit here and kid anybody on. We're obviously in a fantastic position, and the players should enjoy tonight because what they've done is come and beat, in my opinion, a very, very good side. I think Ayr have been terrific all season, and for us to come down and win the game tonight was always going to be a massive challenge, and we're just delighted that we've been able to come out on the right side of it.
Ayers, Ross County Ayr games all this season have been entertaining, and tonight's was as well as a TV spectacle. First half was a lot different from the second, a lot tighter in that first half. What do you think turned it in the second half for you?
I think the early goal, we got off on the front foot in the start of the second half, and you could see the confidence grow. I thought we had some nice play down our left hand side. There was some great combination play, and we really started to look as if we were a bit more fluent and much more comfortable in possession. But like I say, even to the last few minutes of the game there, we always know that Ayr are a threat. Scott Fox has had to pull off a wonder save at one point. There was one crashed in off the woodwork and stuff like that as well. So the way Ian sets up his team, we know that they're always going to come after us. It's what they've done all season. You know, I stress the fact that I think Ayr have been absolutely tremendous this season, and how they've went about their business. They've not been bad-mouthing anybody in the press. They've not been shouting their mouth off in any way, shape or form. And a bit like ourselves, I think they just go about their business and do their job properly. And I think that was kind of what you've seen mainly in the second half, as you touched on tonight. But again, I think it goes in that list of great games that have been a fantastic advert for the Championship this season. I think we've had 4 really good games against Ayr, as we have done Inverness and 1 or 2 other teams along the way. So I think there's been some really good spectacles for this division, and as I say, a good advert for it.
You've got a very good team out there. You've got some really good players. Don Cowie, for example, he's just an immense midfield player.
Yeah, when we brought Don into the team, we knew what we were bringing in was arguably one of the best pros in Scottish football. You know, he's not had the career he's had for any coincidence. You know, so I think in the last couple of weeks, I think he's been absolutely superb. He's just an absolute. He's a brilliant influence round about our dressing room. But again, it is that collective effort, because we've had to rely on our entire squad over the course of the season. There's been so many bad injuries and people kept out for periods of time, and everybody in that dressing room tonight, guys are down here injured, they're all a part of it. Everybody's had a hand in it somewhere along the line. We even look back to guys like Liam Fontaine and Callum Morris, who have been out for large parts of the season, but they've all had a hand in it to where we are in this position as we stand. So again, myself and Stephen try and take the plaudits away from ourselves, and it's not so that it's really not about us. When you're managing that group of players, you ask them to do something, and generally if they make a mistake or they come up short in a half of football, we've always seen a reaction, we've always seen accountability, responsibility. So from our perspective and from Stephen's perspective, it's an easy one for us. You know, we set them tasks and we put demands on them, and they've generally answered us this season, so all the credit must go to the players. They've been terrific for us.
It's great to say that, but I think I heard United's manager just saying there a few minutes ago, you might have money, you might have had the parachute payments, all that kind of thing, but it takes a lot of work in this league to get through. So I think you have to take some of that plaudits yourself. Our only one thing from your United media, it's great to see you instead of Stevie for a change, because that big smile of his, I don't know if I could have taken it again tonight, but it's really great congratulations from all us here at Ayr United to you.
Thanks very much, thank you, appreciate it.
Ian, you're taking the game tonight.
I thought the pivotal goal was I thought we lacked physicality. I thought missing Bell, Adams and Rose was big for us, because they're a big side. And I don't know if they knew they were missing, but they played 2 big strikers, so maybe they did. But I thought the first half, certainly the first 25 minutes, we were 1 up. We could maybe have been 2 up. We had a couple of great chances with balls flashing across the goal. But then the last 20 minutes of the first half, I thought Ross County were the better side. But it took a mistake. I mean, Robbie only made 1 mistake in the game, and it was a poor mistake, and it gave them a lift going in at half time, where coming in at 1-0, you know, we'd really been on the front foot in the way we could set up. Second half, they scored their second goal, and then I thought it was a very even game. I thought they got up the park sometimes, but then the third goal, it didn't kill it. But certainly we had 2 or 3, we put them under a lot of pressure, and we had 2 great, their goalies made a wonder save from Ross Docherty, and Robbie's hit fantastic shot and it hits the inside of the post. And I said to him, listen, a lot of them are doing a lot of things right. And maybe in the playoff game, Robbie's volley goes in the net rather than hits the inside of the post. So there was a lot to like about it. But I would say Ross County probably deserved to win. But, you know, we could certainly have scored a couple more goals ourselves.
You must have been holding your head a wee bit there when they scored so early in that second half.
Yeah, absolutely. We were worried about, you know, balls into the boxes. We thought Danny Harvey and Aaron did well. I thought Danny was excellent. I thought Liam Smith, that was the best individual performance I've seen from any player this season. But there was a lack of height. There's no doubt about that. But a lot of good individual performances. I thought young Calvin Miller did really well, worked his socks off. Moff took a knock and he was really, really struggling. We need him back on form. But, you know, a lot of good individual performances. We just need to... The key for us, guys, is to get, you know, 4 or 5 of the boys back fit. Particularly, you know, Shanklin, Rose, Bell, Adams, these types of guys. We need to get these guys fit for the playoffs.
How late were the call-offs for Shanklin and Rose?
Well, Shanklin played with the injury he's got up at Dundee United and it's swollen up even more, so he had no chance yesterday. But Michael Rose just hurt himself yesterday. We think he'll be okay for Tuesday. I'm a bit worried about Lawrence. I hope it is what we think it is, and maybe a course of antibiotics and things that'll help him. But he's had an X-ray and there doesn't come out any fracture. So Stephen Bell has got a chance for Tuesday, and Jamie will start running next week. So Murray, I think, season's finished. His knee's quite a bad one. So we need to get these guys back. We just need them back.
Now you've got tough games coming because you're coming up against Partick Thistle, a team that are fighting for their lives down at the bottom there. They're giving buses to their supporters to get round and make a noise. We need the same from their United fans as well.
Well, absolutely, a really good atmosphere, I think. Listen, you asked me about pressure. God, I don't feel any pressure now. I felt pressure going to Forfar when we won 3-1. We could have went to League 2. I felt real pressure then, and if our club was down fighting at the bottom with Thistle and Falkirk and these clubs and Morton and Cooney South, then I'd feel real pressure. But I'm not saying it's a free hit for us because we want to win the playoffs. But I think it's a hell of an achievement for us getting there. But you know, if we get all the boys back, all firing, I think we've showed in the first 2 quarters of the season then that we were a match for anybody. And I think in this quarter of the season, the third quarter was terrible, but I think in this quarter of the season that we've been playing a lot better without maybe some of the rewards we're due.